Welcome back to another Chartner TA video. I'm diving back into Everdome today, and just going to relay from where I left off last time. We was having this pump up above, I think, the 20 EMA, and I was saying, if you get that close above it, it would be beautiful and lovely here, and you could be looking to work towards the 55 on the daily if you close above this daily 20 EMA. And that's happened now, so just going to get this feedback on, okay, because we're basically, we found a low. We came up into the 20, got rejected, came back, found a higher low. I was saying this yesterday, I think in yesterday's video, so I'm not going to sit and recap on it too much. But we had this low, we had a high, we came back for a higher low, and all we needed to do was basically get a higher high than these wicks and these candle closes. And you can see that the candle here and here was higher. So we've definitely basically confirmed the higher high here, guys. This is a nice impulsive move up. And basically where I'm looking for this to basically end is well, from this low, okay, from this low here, we're basically retracing to this high, okay, and right now you can see that we're basically running into the 1272. We wicked above the 1414 and have basically nearly met the 1618. Okay, so depending on where this candle closes is going to be interesting today. But I do believe at this sort of point, it would be nice to pull back just a little bit. Don't get too impulsive here. Come back for some sort of support. Maybe retest this 1 fib here. Okay, I'm going to zoom into the smaller time frames, but maybe come up, meet the 1618 target, and start to have a little pullback to the 1 fib for support. Let this 20 EMA catch up, and let this curl over, and you basically come back and bounce off support, okay, and previous resistance, and get your sort of confirmation that we're looking to push on and meet higher targets here for Dome. So again, it's lovely to see, isn't it? I think we're about from the lows. I think we're about 90%. 110% Dome is up from the lows, okay, from its current lows anyway. So that 1618 target has practically nearly been met. Where I'll be looking for a pullback to support, again, as I said, this previous resistance line or these closes here on the candles would be beautiful. You've got a couple of wicks down here too around those sort of close areas here of previous resistance. But we're going to get a fib on, say for example this is the high, okay, and we're retracing from that, and we're retracing back down to this low. What I would be looking for is potentially a retest to the 050/0618 area on these fibs, okay, so a pullback here to 0.00215, and if you lose the 050, which you can see, as I said, this 20 EMA, if that's creeping up and you start to have a little pullback here or something like this, and you come back to the 050, that's a perfect area to confirmation of support. And if you start holding that and working your way back up, breaking through the fibs, it's going to be lovely to see, isn't it? Okay, and you've basically turned previous resistance into support by landing on that 050 right there, and it would be lovely, yeah, just lovely to see. You'll be working your way up impulsively, and if that is the potential, what you'll also notice is that what could be happening right now is you got a 1, a 2. This is an impulsive wave 3. Come back for correction and land on support on wave 1. Okay, which ties up with this resistance line here that was previous resistance for us, and then get your final push up to wherever this 55 is as it starts to curl. I think it's going to start to curl as this is being dragged up. And then you've had a 5-wave impulsive target. So this could be just a massive impulsive wave 3 of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave theory up into resistance here. And what you can see is that you'd be basically, if that was the case and you did pull back here and you came back up again, what you'd be doing is retesting this cluster of support, and previous support turned into resistance, where you came down, had a bounce up, you lost it, and now you've basically run all the way back up to that point that you lost, okay, and forming some just lovely patterns, really. So I mentioned that we had this Adam and Eve bottom, okay, which is something like this, and we have a technical target of this Adam and Eve bottom from there to there. And right now you can see again why I feel we might pull back is because we've met that technical target, Okay, so we had this V-shaped recovery, and then we had this curvature. This is an Adam, this is an Eve. Okay, and you've basically met the technical target of that Adam and Eve bottom. So right now it'd be nice to see some sort of retracement back to support. As I've said, get your wave 1, your wave 2, your wave 3, your wave 4 back to support for your wave 5 push up to this daily 55 as these EMAs creep up here. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm looking for that, and I'm sorry because I was looking at my targets to the downside, wasn't I? Again, so to find this wave 4 correction to support, we want to bounce off the 050 at 0.0213. You know, holding that area and getting confirmation of support and basically getting a candle close above that or not losing it, okay, is a good sign. It's a good sign. And yeah, worst case scenario, if this was just a massive impulsive move up and we just completely get rejected and shit the bed here, if we start to lose 0.00149, okay, and losing these lows, I mentioned in previous videos as well, my technical targets to the downside, as I've mentioned in every fib video or every time I've had a fib in a video, once you lose the 1 fib, okay, you're looking at 1272 to 1618 within these areas. And obviously moving forward, if we do start to do that, it would be easier to determine, I think, in which direction or where support might be depending on the negative pattern that would be in play. So that's my downside targets if you lose this 1 fib. But right now I think what's happening is we're pulling back to support and we're looking to hold these fibs right here. Okay, just have a nice A, B, C down to support, get your continuation, your 5th wave up. Okay, and at that point when you meet the 55, if that occurs, then we can, you know, predict what might happen moving forward from there. So yeah guys, that's just a quick update for you today on Everdome. If I look into the 4 hour, I think actually let's have a look into the 1 hour time frame quickly. So I mean, yeah, equally here, what I think might be happening is you can see we had this bullish cross on the 1 hour time frame back here, and since then we've been holding the EMAs as support. Look, we're bouncing off this yellow EMA here, coming back to the 55 for support, bouncing off the yellow again. Potentially right now we could be looking to retest and revisit the 55 as this creeps up here. Okay, and what I think might have happened from this retest of the 55 here, you can see you work within waves, working up in waves, and the same way with working down. Okay, and you could do a large Elliott wave theory 1 2 3 4 5, but you can also do smaller ones. So say for example from this 55 bounce you've had this wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. Right now on the smaller time frames it looked like you'll be putting in something like an A, a B, and a C potentially down to this 55 as it creeps up, and if you hold that, that's brilliant, isn't it? It looks like we'll get more continuation. So on the smaller time frames, just to get a fib on, if you're interested in the 1 hours and stuff like that, where we could be retracing to from this high, okay, we're basically pulling back to this low here, okay, because that's where we've come up, retraced to, and broke out and hit this high. So now we're retracing back to this low. Right now you can see it's not looking too bad because, as I've said, what I want the price to do on the daily time frame is what it's done here. Okay, it's come back down to the 050 and wicked to the 0618, and it's had a bounce off that. Okay, so right now if you do start to come down here and hold this, you're looking at getting more impulsive moves and retesting this current local high, and if you break that, of course you're looking to get more continuation in the short term as well, giving you a little extra push up, you know, because when I say the 1618 targets to the upside are met, it doesn't necessarily mean that it can't push on to the 2. So for example, going off this low to this high, you can see, okay, so you had this low, you was retracing back up to this high, you broke that high, and you met the 1618 target. So this is where I say prices like to go to 1618s. They always like to run up to the 1618s or the, you know, but you can push to the 2 or the 2.72. Okay, you can get overextended. But right now you've had a comfortable 1 2 3 4. This is a wave 4 within a wave 5. That's a wave 5. You're coming back for support, looking to hold support in these areas to get continuation, i.e. especially on the 20 EMA. You lose the 20 on the 1 hour, you're coming down and you're retesting the 55 at a minimum, in my opinion. So that's basically the plays that I'm looking at on the short term as well. We could be looking at a bit of overextension and continuation here. If you start to lose the 20 EMA on the 1 hour, look to retest the 55. If the 55 is lost, then you've got to zoom out, look at the 4 hours and see where you might be heading. So yeah guys, that's a quick update for you on Dome today on the larger and smaller time frames. I hope you enjoyed today's content. Until next time, from Chart Nerd TA, peace out.